You know what doesn't get talked about nearly enough? Decriminalization of drugs. Now, I know what you're thinking. Whoa, a Republican presidential candidate talking about decriminalization. Crazy, I know. Now, I don't smoke pot. I don't have any interest to start. But hemp products could revolutionize our economy. And recreational use cannabis is already revolutionizing those economies in which the states have legalized it. So why not? At the federal level, we could be making billions, if not trillions of dollars in revenue, which could be put towards things like, I don't know, high-speed rail, improving our infrastructure, high-speed internet in rural areas. Just saying. But what about the harder drugs? Heroin, cocaine, and everything else, right? I don't have a laundry list of drugs in my head, unfortunately. But the point is, harder drugs are harder for a reason, right? Because they can literally kill you the first time you try doing it, and they're typically associated with gang activity and worse, right? The cartels and terrorists, honestly. That was one of the ways ISIS funded its organization, was with the poppy fields. But with the criminalization of where it is today, addicts suffer the most. Not the people who are producing, not the people who are selling, not the people who are trafficking. The people who are using are the ones that suffer the most because they're the low-hanging fruit. So what if instead we legalized drug use, treated it as a healthcare problem, which it is, and then went after the cartels, the gangs, and all the other organizations who proliferate drug use, who sell, distribute, and manufacture? Don't you think that would solve the problem much better than just putting poor Johnny or whomever in prison for getting high? And in point of fact, every country who has decriminalized drug use has found that drug use in general went down. And the prison population went down. So in this way, we improve the freedom aspect of the land of the free. An going into the further depths of how legalization of cannabis specifically could help. I mean, think about it. An entire batch of cannabis, of hemp, can be grown in 3 to 4 months in literally dirt outside. You don't even need great land, great arable land to grow weed, because it's weed. It literally is a weed. You could grow it in your backyard. Now imagine if we put forth that much effort in America's #1 cash crop, which it used to be. Imagine if we did that. It would empty our prisons. It would allow for the prosecution of, I don't know, real criminals like corporate CEOs who price gouge insulin, or price gouge water, or price gouge necessities, or politicians who accept bribes. Corporate donations. Instead of, little Timmy who got high once on a weekend at a party. If we go after the actual criminal elements instead of the users, we improve our criminal justice system, we make our streets safer, we make our livelihoods safer, and we can make bank to boot. Think about it. Cannabis is a multi-billion-dollar industry now with just 3 states legalizing it. Imagine if the whole country got on board. We're talking trillions of dollars per grow, per harvest. $1.5 trillion minimum. How many roads, how many miles of high-speed rail, how many solar panels, how much fiber optic internet could be built and orchestrated with that kind of money? And how much would that improve your life rather than putting people in prison to rot? How does that serve our country? How does that help anybody? So, with all that to say, I think we should legalize it, and we should legalize all of it and go after the bad actors themselves. What do you think?